Shlump.
Hello everybody, it's Shlump here, and today I have another game for you on the Steam Deck that doesn't run as well as it should. And this one's verified too. On the store page for it on Steam, it says it's verified and that it should run perfectly on the Steam Deck. But that's not the case with Splitgate here, because as you'll see with the footage, the game never hits 60, like at all. Even at the lowest settings, it cannot hold a steady 60 FPS, which is ridiculous because this game should be getting performance on par with the PS4 version, or even better. You should definitely be able to get 60 FPS at the lowest settings. You should probably be able to go to medium high and still get a good 60 FPS with this game. But like I said, that's not what happens here on the Steam Deck. It's mostly just hangs out in the 50s, and halfway through the video I take the in-game rendering resolution all the way down to 50%, which is so much pixels less for the game to render, and yet you still get the exact same performance, which means that there clearly is something wrong with this game on the deck. It's not optimized in a way that it should, and even going to higher graphics doesn't really yield any different results as well. So pretty much no matter what you do with the graphics, you're going to get the same 50 FPS thing, and that's really disappointing because I was looking forward to playing this game on the Steam Deck because it's a great game. I've played this for many hours on the PS5, and it's an absolute blast, and I thought it would really shine on the Steam Deck, especially since it was verified. But this game falls into the category of Steam Deck games that are verified on the Steam store, but don't actually run well at all. And I tried changing the Proton configuration for this game, but every time you want to change the Proton configuration, the game re-downloads itself in its entirety. It's like 20 gigs every time you want to change Proton. So it took a while having to re-download the game over and over, but I tried Proton 7, Proton Experimental, and whatever the latest Proton GE version is, and they all gave the same results. So for this footage I decided to just stick with the normal Proton 7, since this is what this game should be made for. Like, it should work out of the box since it's verified. That's the general gist of how Splitgate runs on Steam Deck, but there are a few other things I want to mention as well. One being that this game is very difficult to aim with using the Steam Deck sticks. I've been noticing in a bunch of first-person games on the Steam Deck that its sticks don't really play well with first-person games. The way they curve with like the camera and stuff makes it really hard to aim precisely and shoot where you want to shoot. So it feels really hard to control. It doesn't feel like Xbox sticks or PlayStation sticks or Switch controller sticks. They don't feel like that. They're kind of their own thing, and they work well enough for third-person games, but for first-person games they really don't hold up. I believe somewhere in the Steam Deck settings you can change the way they curve with the camera in games, but I just want to note that by default, if you have them the way they are out of the box, it's going to feel pretty hard to aim on this. So that's why with this footage I'm using a PS5 controller, because I'm used to that, though there's a few spots in this footage where I'm trying to figure out what button does what, because I'd played this game before on the Steam Deck controls like I mentioned with the sticks, and so I'd set some custom bindings for there, and I guess they don't really translate automatically over to the PS5 controls. So there's a few moments where I'm trying to figure out what button does what. And then also another thing with this game on Steam Deck is that when you start it up, normally on PS4 or PS5, where I play it, you get there's like the company's like a number, it's like 1043 Studio, something like that. You get their splash screen logo up on the screen when the game's starting before you get to the main menu. But when you start on Steam Deck, all you get is a black screen before you get to the menu. So that's weird. I believe that's everything there is to say about Splitgate on Steam Deck. This video was recorded using the latest Proton 7.0.4 update, I think that's the name of it. And then also the SteamOS update that went out today when I was recording this video, which I think will be uploaded tomorrow. So yesterday, if you're watching this video, which you are. And this is just another example of games on the Steam Deck that say they're verified, but don't actually run well. When a game has to pass the check test to see if it can be verified for now on the Steam Deck, its compatibility rating, one of the criteria it has to meet is it runs well on the game's default graphics configuration. And the game's default graphics configuration is much higher than what this is right now. This is the absolute lowest settings, and especially at this part in the video, I believe I've switched over to 50% rendering resolution, and it's still not hitting 60 FPS. So that's crazy. I don't know what Valve's criteria is for like how well a game should run. I believe it should be like if a game's 30 FPS on consoles, it should aim for 30 FPS on here, and if it's 60 FPS on consoles, it should aim for 60 FPS on here. So Splitgate is 60 FPS on consoles, so it should be 60 FPS on here. That seems pretty reasonable, right? but I guess you'd have to lock it like 40 FPS or 30 FPS and then get a smooth frame rate, because you're not going to get a smooth 60 FPS, that's for sure. And so Valve really needs to do a better job with their compatibility ratings for these games on the Steam Deck. And that's really the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, helpful, useful, entertaining in any way, leave a like and subscribe for more Steam Deck videos just like this one. Most people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so there's about 99% chance that you are not subscribed. If you are one of those 1% of people who are subscribed, thank you, you're a massive legend. But if you're not a legend, then subscribe to become one. After all, it is free, so you really have no reason not to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Steam Deck video.